There was a soldier in World War II. His name was Roddy Edmonds. He was captured by the Germans and sent to a POW camp, Stalag 9A. Because of his rank, he was a master sergeant. He was put in charge of all the prisoners now. And only after a few days, the commandant said, "I want you to separate all the Jewish men from the non-Jewish men. Tomorrow at roll call, I expect that to happen." The next day came, and there was no separation. And the commandant was angry. He yelled at him, "I told you to separate the Jewish men from the non-Jewish men." He said, "In this camp, we are all Jewish." So the commandant was a little more angry, pulled out his pistol, and put it to his temple. "I told you to separate the Jewish men from the non-Jewish men." He stood firm and said, "The Geneva Conference says name, rank, and serial number, nothing about religion." Made him more angry, more yelling. He says, "If you're going to kill me, you'll have to kill us all. You'll have to kill us all." The commandant said, "I told you to separate them." And then he said, "Well, if you kill me and you kill us all, the war will end someday and you'll be held accountable for your war crimes. You will be put on trial and you will suffer the consequences." And he took the pistol and he put it in his holster, and that was the end of that. In today's gospel, you hear, I give you this new commandment to love one another. And if you remember a couple weeks ago, Father talked about a higher level of love, in Greek, agape, if you remember that. Unconditional, self-sacrificing love. And that's what Jesus is telling them. You have to love like I love you. That's a pretty tall order. So, what do we do? It's very unlikely you or I will ever be put on the spot like that man, Sergeant Edmonds. But we can achieve this higher love, this unconditional, self-sacrificing love with each other. But I think there's got to be something a little more deeper that we have to go through. I think it's a time to look deep into your soul and to see what kind of trash is in there. Selfishness, self-centeredness, maybe racism, bigotry, pride. Here's a good one, apathy. Do we care? Do we stand up for what is right, like Sergeant Edmonds? Can we? But I think we can if we just get rid of this sin in our life, whatever's deep in your soul that keeps you away from that love of Christ. And when you do that, you will have this risen Christ right with you all the time. And having Christ with you, you can stand up for what is right and what is just, and know what is evil and what is hatred. You'll know what to do. I think where we fail, at least I know I fail many times, is when we don't see God in every person. You know, everyone is a child of God, no matter who they are. No matter what we disagree with, the way they live, or the way they act, or the way they look, or the way their culture is, and whatever it is, every person is a child of God. And by getting rid of this trash in our life, this stuff that just holds us back, we learn to love unconditionally. It's not easy. You'll fail. I'll fail. We'll try again. We'll fail again. But we have to do it. It's a commandment. Jesus told us that. You know, I knew a man one time that used to wear a bracelet. And it said, what would Jesus do? It was to help him make decisions. What would Jesus do? And I think what would help each and every one of us if we had our own bracelet in our heart that would say this: how would Jesus love? How would he love? How would he see in every single person? How would he see them? Pretty easy answer, isn't it? But for us, it's not so easy. We have to work at it. It's not easy. And the beauty of all that is, this last line in the gospel today, is this: they will see you. That's what Jesus says. They will see you as one of my disciples if you live with this agape, this unconditional, self-sacrificing love for every person that you meet. It's a hard task, but I know each and every one of you can do it if you try. I know I can if I try. And I think then they will see us, whoever they are, will see us as one of Jesus' disciples. Love one another unconditionally, self-sacrificing. Love one another.